Now, I planned on making this video and using it as a way to just finally let it all out, scream, holler at the top of my lungs about these games that just absolutely irritate the hell out of me. Seriously, they do. I'm not even putting on a show. They really do irritate and piss me off. But I couldn't because I'm recording this at 2 a.m. and people are asleep and I will wake them up. So I gotta keep it down a little bit, but trust me, there's some inner rage going on with these things. Now, these aren't games I ever played as a kid. No, these are games that I discovered semi-recently within the last few years. Some of them I have even been told to play by some of you watching this video. And let me tell you, nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Oh my God, these are just... All right, so before I start talking about these games and irritate myself just even talking about them, I'm gonna say that this video is brought to you by Squarespace. Oh, it's Friday night. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. I could sit here and pick my nose while I watch a brand new video. Whoa, Top 5 Friday tonight. What was I talking about? Alright, so number 5 on the list of video games that really just piss me off is a game that just absolutely sucks, and that's Awesome Possum. I think it's safe to say that this is an objectively bad game. Well, first of all, look at the animation. It has a frame rate of like 10. This is the worst frame rate of any video game that I have played in this era, by far. And it's beyond, well, it just makes the game look ugly. It's like it also hinders your ability to play the game. That's how bad it is. It's jarring almost. Could you have added a few more frames of animation to this? I guess not. I guess that was asking a little too much. So that's certainly irritating, but even more irritating is the voice of this stupid character, this Awesome Possum, and apparently he needs to go save the world. Clean up the trash if you want, but look, here's the thing. It's just annoying to have to consistently hear this stupid mascot, this 90s Attitude Era mascot, try to say all these phrases and sayings with attitude because he's so cool.
Come on. Come on.
And then, if it wasn't bad enough, I mean, why would the game have awesome gameplay and awesome controls? It doesn't. This is without a doubt one of the worst platforming games I've ever played in my entire life. I get infuriated playing this. It actually makes me angry, and that's the point of this list. All right, number 4 on the list, I'm gonna have to give it up to Spy Hunter on the NES. Now, Spy Hunter, of course, started off in the arcade. You're in this car on this road, you're shooting things, you're dodging things, and the only thing that happens in this game is that it just doesn't end and you blow up every 5 seconds. There you go, you've played Spy Hunter. It's not fun, but where it becomes irritating for me and just makes me want to take every cart that I see and burn it is the fact that once you die, a second later you die again, and then 2 seconds later you die. You're just constantly running into everything, and you don't have any sort of time to react to what you see in the road. And then you slow down, you run out of time, and then when you run out of time, you blow up. And then the game just never ends, or seems to end. I don't know if it does or not because I haven't gotten far enough in it. I get so irritated that I just shut it off after a minute or two. I can't stand it, and I can't understand how anybody would want to subject themselves to this. Like, it sucks. In fact, I have the physical cart of this game in my collection. I shouldn't, but I do. But sometimes I will have the ROMs on my computer so I can stream them and things, and I deleted the ROM off of my computer because I never was going to play that game ever again. Unfortunately, I decided to make this video, and then I needed to record gameplay footage, so I had to go get the ROM and put it back into my folder. I'm deleting it right after this. Next up is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Now, this is another game that I deleted off of my computer because I hate it so much. Again, these are all games that I've just kind of discovered here and semi-recently. First of all, you have to flip through these phone books and you have to put in a phone number, actually physically dial the phone number in this book, but you can't dial any number. You just have to dial the number that's already flashing. That I guess predetermined what number you have to put in. So what's the point? And then it takes you to this thing where you're spinning around. I guess you're trying to connect the circuits or anything. I still don't know what the hell you're doing on that. Like every time, I never once do I get it to where I want it to go. But then again, I don't even know where I want it to go because I don't know where it's supposed to go. I end up just letting it do it on its own. I don't know what's going on. That's pretty irritating. It gets worse. Then it gets to the main gameplay where you're on this stupid isometric. Why would they do that? Why would they make it isometric? That nobody wants to control an isometric game. Controlling this thing is like trying to spin a plate on a stick or something like that. You're gonna F up. It's not gonna work. And then you get thrown in. I don't know what's past the first stage, by the way, because I've never gotten past the first stage. Hell, I've never even made any sort of progress in the first stage because I don't know what the hell you're supposed to do. I'm just walking around, fumbling around like I'm drunk because I can't control it on this isometric board here. And then I get thrown into jail because I accidentally run into somebody. And then I jump and I get stuck in the grass from jumping. Well, I have to stop playing after that because I can't take it anymore. How do you mess up a Bill and Ted game? A Bill and Ted game could have been a really awesome platforming adventure game. You're going back in time, cool characters, all these cool scenarios, and they, oh my god! And then they do that, and it just makes you wish that you were never born when you were playing this thing. Okay, so next up we got the Lovely Cybernoid on the NES. For those of you who have never played this game, just don't. It is worthless. The first thing I need to point out about this is just how absolutely infuriating the music, and I call that music, it's not even music. Hold on, let me rephrase it. It is not music. It's a droning sound that pierces your brain and induces anger. I can't even begin to imagine what was going through their heads when they thought that that was something that should be throughout the entire game. You're just constantly bombarded by a bunch of enemies. You shoot fast, but you still can't shoot fast enough. You just instantly die from just some little thing hitting you. The game is just so frustrating. Like you're trying to go to the next screen over, and something will just randomly come out and just kill you out of nowhere. Sometimes you just die from entering the next screen, and there's something already there at the point where you're entering the next screen as it scrolls, and you die. You just constantly die. This is the game of constantly dying. Again and again and again and again and again. And it's not one of those situations where it's like, man, I got a little bit further and I died like 20 times. I wonder how much further I can go on the next playthrough. It's not one of those things where you constantly want to keep trying. You want to not actually stop trying. It's not fun. And you couple this horrid gameplay with this droning sound through the entire thing, and it's just a recipe for complete irritation. This game takes the cake. The game is 8 Eyes. I've never had as big of a deep-seated hatred for just humanity in general as I do when I'm playing this game. It's like, where do I begin? Okay, well, the first thing I can say about this game is that it's trying so hard to be Castlevania, but it fails miserably on every level conceivable. Except the staircases. The staircases look like Castlevania staircases. So, okay, the hit detection. The hit detection is just absolutely horrible. First of all, your weapon is about half the length of all the enemy's weapons. The enemies can hit you while you're just sitting there jabbing at the air and can do nothing. And not only that, if you do get a hit on an enemy, well, they're going to take several hits to die, and in the meantime, they're still hitting you with their superior weapon, their longer weapon, and you have no choice but to get hit. So basically, every enemy you come across, just about, you're gonna get hit, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, but you can use the bird. I've never gotten the bird to do what I want the bird to do. Apparently, you can use this bird. The bird does nothing, okay? The bird does absolutely jack all. It just flies around, leisurely getting hit, being in the way, and giving me the middle finger saying you're on your own. That's what the bird does. Let's see what else. Have you ever seen a video game where you have the ability to duck, and yet it's completely useless? So an enemy will shoot a projectile at you, you duck. That's just video game logic. You duck under projectiles. Not in this game. You duck and it hits you in the face. Let's see, there's Jawas in it for no reason. It's funny. I always said that Dash Galaxy and the Alien Asylum was the most hated game. Most anger-inducing, most repulsive. And for good reason. And just the graphics are horrible, the gameplay is just bad. But I couldn't have known. I couldn't have known that Hate Heist was out there. And now that I've experienced that, it's different. Everything is different now. I can't get it out of my head. Every excruciating thing about that game, it sucks. It's asshole. Now, as I said before, this video has been brought to you by Squarespace, a beautiful and powerful platform from which you can create your own websites. Through Squarespace, you can connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated members-only content, manage your members, sync email communications, and leverage audience insights, all in one easy-to-use platform. Through Squarespace, you can create your own community that supports threaded comments, likes, and replies. It has amazing, powerful blogging tools that allows you to categorize, share, and schedule posts. They also have Squarespace extensions that use third-party tools, which help you with things like bookkeeping, inventory, and things that make your life a whole lot easier. And you can use your website to integrate with all your social media platforms, so you can get all your content shared out by your followers. Go to squarespace.com to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace/gamechasers and get 10% off a website or domain. Or click the link down below. Now that is the end of the video. All right, thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. If you want, hit the like button if you want, or leave a comment down below. That would be cool too. And I do stream on Saturday nights, hang out with everybody. Please just don't request any of these games. And that means you, Mr. Twit, don't do it. Don't do it!